It's a beautiful thing to see this place here in order. Got my things now. I sit back and try to relax. Watch the shadows dancing from the fire contact. The flame flickers while I hear these constant whispers, turning slowly to screams. My mood is.
I'm your host, Adam Mill. To my right is Sick Cuz the Governor.
Right.
To my left is Quan Bizzle. This is Guess I'll Say It podcast. Gov, where they can find you at?
Just on Instagram right now at the Governor's Mansion. GUVNA Mansion at GUVNA Mansion. Yeah.
Boom, you heard that. Like, subscribe, leave a notification, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, please. Just how, so we can keep running these these segments and giving y'all great content. So all right, we're gonna start with drill music. Is it bad for the black community? Is it killing the youth? Is it unbeneficial for the black community and also the future of our people, which is very deep? You know what I'm saying? Back in the day and nowadays, Gov, they have what they call in late 80s gangster music. NWA, Ghetto Boys, let's see, Just Ice, the list goes on. Shout out to the OGs, right? But when I listened to it, right, I was like in elementary school. What I didn't catch on, because my brain wasn't that developed, all I heard was swear words. You hear songs like F the Police, but it had content and meaning behind it. They wasn't just streaming, F the Police, raising war on the police department. It was a method to the madness because police brutality. And that's why they streamed out F the Police. The Ghetto Boys had a song out called F for War. Apologize to Scarface and Willie D if I butchered the name wrong, but it's basically telling you that they weren't going to war for a shit-talking president.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So, although, rap been demonized since it made itself mainstream on American soil, right? But they had a message towards our community, and we were going through these struggles. You get what I'm saying? What is the difference with drill music? I want you guys to enlighten on it, because I think it's a little bit, to me personally, I know I'm sounding like the old guy, I think it's detrimental to our community because I believe Dr. Umar Johnson was saying, in a sense where he was saying, okay, you made out the hood. Why are you still rapping about it? Is it glorification? Are you glorifying it? Or are you rapping about your experience? And now that you're out of that, why are you still rapping as if you're still in the hood? I want you to go first, Gov, on that.
It's picking on the subgenre of drill. In reality, it's really like a talk about hip hop in general, because the sound of drill is a new sound. It's like a different sound was coming in. They changing the drums and patterns of that. You know what I mean? With the 808s and everything like that. So that's one thing. So that in and of itself is not what's detrimental. I think what's detrimental was just the fact that mainly the negative images is what's getting pushed. Murder and everything else is like the top. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, you also seeing other artists are taking that sound and they also using that to do other things with it. So I wouldn't say that it's all the same thing, but what you're saying though, but to the actual point of the matter, that when these songs have all these negative messages that's geared toward the youth is very detrimental. You know what I mean? But then who did that go to? Is this go towards the artist, or is this going towards the companies, like either the labels, or is it because I mean, back in the day it was the radio, but we got Spotify streaming and all the rest now. So who's to blame is the real question to me. You know what I mean? Why is it that only the negative is what gets pushed? And Go back in the day. Remember back in the day, we had MC Hammer and all them came out. Now, looking at videos now, they talking about he was like one of the more gangster ones of them all back in the day. But we didn't know that because we would see him just as the dancing guy that we was like, oh, he can only rap was so good. You know what I mean? That's how.
Yeah, behind the scenes, Hammer was about it. That's what I heard.
Right. But he wasn't talking like he was in his music. Now go back to Florida around the same time. You had Uncle, Luther Campbell and all the rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said they was heavy into the streets. That was their real lifestyle, but that wasn't what their songs were about. You see what I mean? Because he didn't want them to go following what they was really doing. That's what he said back then. So were they really trying to get a blueprint back then? Like say back when Hammer was doing all his old catchy poppy songs, you know what I mean? It's all about having fun, dance, whatever, everyone wrote him off as, nah, that's not the way to go. You need to be real, quote unquote real. And then real was being defined as you got to be street, you got to be gangster. So I don't know kind of which way to take. You know what I mean? It's easy to just turn around right now and point the finger at drill. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I think it's kind of like everybody in this conversation really gotta look in the mirror when it came to this.
What you think, Quan Bizzle? Enlighten us on. You're from a younger generation. I don't know if you listen to drill. I know it's more your day and time is more modern time. Real quick, I was doing my research. They said over 100 rappers died, drill rappers died in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, it was just Big and Pop and Big L. Okay, Quan Bizzle, you on the mic?
Well, to be honest, all the way since Chicago, when it just started with Chief Keef and a few of the Chicago legends, some of them, rest in peace. Drill's always been a thing, and a lot of people may disagree with me on this, but I never considered drill a rap genre or rap at all. Drill doesn't really take skill. It's really, the art of drill was really made to diss their ops, to diss their enemies, and it was used as an art of war. Just like rap, how rap came up as a way of expressing ourselves and as a way of expressing freedom and independence, especially as African Americans. Drill was made for the opposite. Drill was not made for that intention. It was really only made to spread hurt and to spread negativity across the opposite sides. What drill's turned to now is really, I feel like even people that are not in the Chicago beef or in the NYC beef or any state where they have beef relating to what they're saying about in their music, it's just people dissing people they don't like, dissing people they don't know. You'll actually catch some other artists and rappers dissing people that they don't know. Because that's all drill has became is a disrespectful art form, if you call it art. But I really don't consider it rap whatsoever. It takes no skill. It really isn't rap. It's just blabbering out nonsense.
Yeah, I feel you. And it's no real disrespect to drill music. I just pose the question because I see a lot of youth being killed behind it. A lot of drill artists being murdered behind it. Here's my thing. Let's say if you're a 20-year-old drill rapper. I don't know the life expectancy of a drill rapper, right? Let's say you make it to your 30s. Are you still going to have the same mindset of spewing negativity out there? When are your mind is going to evolve?
Right.
Are they disclaimers? And albums, like they have in movie theaters, right? We know Steven Seagal don't go around killing 100 people unstrapped. You get what I'm saying? But what makes this thing so touchy go? People really dying.
Yeah, like
right?
the beefs ain't just on record.
Yeah, it's just not on. It's not on wax. You get what I'm saying? And it's our future, it's our youth. And like you said, how much control do they have over this? Because once you sign that contract, once again, when you're dealing with the powers that be, when you're dealing with the people who does have control of the movie, Hollywood and film and media, they there's another formula to turn something positive and the skill and the talent that we have to turn it against us, right? I signed you for $5 million, $10 million. I want you to spill out the most evil and wickedest thing, and I want you to do it towards your own people. You get what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised to find out.
Leo Colin, sorry if I'm butchering his name. Leo Colin was on Colin, whatever his name is. Leo, he was on the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne asked him a question, and I forgot verbatim what he said, but it was pertaining to drill music, and he said that hey, it sell records. So he doesn't care about the youth being murdered in the streets, mothers crying. He's one about selling records. You get what I'm saying? And the positive rapper who's out there trying to uplift his people, right? And we're gonna talk about that too. Does late in another segment. When does positive hip hop become too preachy?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
But to back up what you're saying though, with the I forget, I don't know the guy's name you talking about, Leon, whatever.
Leo Cole.
Leo. Okay. Talking about the sell records. Going back to what I'm saying about the drill. Like that's why I say who is to blame, honestly. Because when you add to the fact that he cares about selling the records, add also to the point that these guys' records, their numbers all of a sudden go up as soon as they die. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like as if what's to say that these entities, and I'm not saying that this is for sure, but what's to say that this is not what happens, where this is something that they pit against each other. These kids don't even know you know what I mean? This is what the deal is. You know what I mean? It's almost like a fight club in a way. Fight to the death.
They say hip hop is a young man's genre.
Right.
Why is that? Because your brain hasn't fully developed. And this is why they get trapped in these contracts and 360 deals. They're not going to fool or belittle or insult a grown man like you and I. It's not saying that 20-year-olds are not smart and wise. But if you're in a situation where you have no choice and this is the only option at this point to get out of your situation, then you're going to do so at the detriment of your own self and your own people. Where us as grown men, you push that button enough, and depending on our situation, we may do that, but we may have more consciousness and more insight and say, look, man, I do this, but I ain't doing that. You get what I'm saying? We have more of our own self as a brand and dignity to protect self-pride. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And they want to keep spewing that down, spewing it in our face straight. That's my new slogan for pause. Our slogan is straight. They want to keep, putting that out there. It's a young man's sport. It's a young man's sport. Taking away the art of it. And when you're dealing with art, you can be 100 years old and make art.
True.
Nas at 50, he making art. Jay, he's still making art. You know what I'm saying? A few years back, De La Soul came out.
And
you get what I'm saying?
Even behind all the young artists that's out now, it's a lot of age, and you know what I mean, as far as making sure the sound is right and everything else going in.
Exactly. So it's always been a yin and yang.
It's the energy. It's the energy is why it makes it's a youthful thing. Same with like rock music. You know what I mean? Like old rock band ain't the same as a young one. You know what I mean?
But you don't hear about rock artists killing one another.
I know.
This is their dead ops.
Right. It was a different because So that goes back to the messaging. It's the messaging, the lyrics. Why all the lyrics got to be a certain way? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And why can't that type of vibe and energy and production screw to something positive?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I challenge Leo Colin and all those Zionist execs at the top.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Once again, it goes back to us controlling our own destiny, our own music, and being there for our peoples. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they don't care about whether we live or die. We got to care whether we live or die, and we got to put out that positive message. And if we are going through what they call, a turmoil in our life, where we gotta, rap about what's going on around us, have a positive message. Like, what's his name? DJ Melly Mel. Broken glass everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you what he's going through, but at the same time, he's leaving a positive message. You know what I'm saying? Drill music brings a different energy, and it brings a genocidal energy. You get what I'm saying? And that's just my perspective on it, though. But we're gonna end this segment. Guess I said, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, man. We take all comments, hate, love. Let's leave a comment, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this motor going. Once again, Sick Cuz, the governor, tell us where they can find you at.
You see me at Governor's Mansion. That's on Instagram. At GUVNASMANSION.
And to my left, Quan Bizzle. Any last anything you want to say before we channel out?
No, that's really all for me. It's all for me.
That's what's up. So the next segment we'll be talking about, the last segment of the day, we'll be talking about the Cali Grove review. I'm gonna put the first one on Patreon because that was like a yeah, that was comedic. That was very funny. I kept calling T-Chain's T-Pain.
Oh, cool.
No disrespect, but yeah, that's next though. You rocking with your favorite op? Let's guess I'll say it. Peace.
Right.